In my understanding, this would be the last film in this franchise, so I went ahead and checked it out in the theater, and here are my thoughts about this film. I honestly have a lot of things to say about this film, but I will try my absolute best to keep this review spoiler-free. So The Conjuring Last Rites by Michael Chaves, which is the same director as The Devil Made Me Do It, which is the previous movie before this one. This is set in 1986 in Pennsylvania with the Smurl family, and once again, this is Ed and Lorraine Warren's final case. I am just gonna start off with the fact that Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson has done it time and time again with how amazing they are on this film and any other Conjuring film they've been in. Even if they were separate in any other film, I feel like they're going to perform so well, and it's just phenomenal to see them both one last time in this film, and all he has to do is fucking stare at the screen and it just scares the shit out of me. I also like the fact when Vera Farmiga has her like cute little tilt to a certain like side, and I thought that was something that I really liked about her, because there's just something about how they moved and how they deliver their performances. I feel like that's like a signature look to them, and I absolutely love that. I mean, this is something that's also not new to anyone that has seen the entire franchise, but the scares did not really land well for me. There were a few that were decently placed on some scenes. It wasn't just a cheap jump scare here and there, but it got me at some times. But for the most part of it, it was kind of like the exact same thing that we've seen many times before, but it's not gonna make me like it any less. I still think this is a very reliable franchise for any horror fan would go to. Like, it was my comfort horror movie for a long time now. Like, any average moviegoer can go to that theater and see this movie, and they'd find comfort knowing that it is going to be horror, even though the jump scares are something that we're all used to at this point. Looking past all of that, there are also some scenes in here where it was just a little off-putting to me. I could not describe it specifically, but the last 20 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes, the sequences in this movie was just, I was like, what the fuck was that? So the first part of the movie, the first and the second act kind of leaned more on the Warrens, and there were some scenes that felt like, oh, is this like a family drama of some sort with some horror elements in there? I mean, I have nothing against that. I actually really liked it. Some people were bored with it. I wasn't. I just took it as it is, and it was like almost like 2 hours of that. I would have to say though that there were some scenes that are really creepy, if not really spooky. It was more of that than scary, but it definitely has that dark atmosphere like every other Conjuring movie that we've seen. Some scares were really effective to me still at this point, but there were some that was just quite repetitive to me. There was also another scene in here with Annabelle, and that's got to be like the most out of place shit that I've ever seen in the movie, and I was like, that was completely unnecessary. They did not need that in here. So regardless how effective the scares were for the audience and the CGI, how it was, I still think this was a solid, decent watch for me in the movie theater. I am still so glad that I finally got to see this in the theater. It was nice to see Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson work together one last time. I still think that the way they wrapped up this franchise was good enough for me. I was satisfied with it, and if you have not seen this one, like I said, you can go ahead and check this one out in the theater. Now, I would have to say there is an end credit scene in here that you might want to check out, and not like the rest of the people that I watched this in the movie theater. They kind of just got up and left. I stayed for the entire time, and there is a scene at the end that you need to see if you want to. So being a fan of this franchise, if you are going to check this one out, let me know your thoughts are in the comment section below. My name's Christine. I love all movies. I love all things horror. Make sure to hit that like button, give me a follow, and I'll see you guys on my next video.